This is my response to quote 3 from week 1. This is a quote describing the colonists' aspirations to take Native American children away from their parents and to force Christianity and Western lifestyles upon them. Um, what I looked at this as making a connection to modern day was some cases of forced, well, this still goes on technically, but some cases of adoption from countries like Haiti, for example, and where else? Africa, Asia, and Eastern Europe, where these children are, in some cases, actually taken from their families and forced into um, back here in the West, America mainly. Families go abroad and find a kid that they like and they bring them back over here. Although it's legal, I think this is sort of a bit the same. I mean, if the child's about 1 or 2 years old, it probably wouldn't know that much about its native culture, its parents. But once they get older, to be 5, 6, 7, and then they switch, there's a little bit of what was going on in that Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee movie with the main character there. I think it's definitely not the best thing to take a child from their native land or culture and then just throw them into another land and another family, which is definitely on the other pole of civilization in most cases. Initially, it should be fine through the first few years, but once you get into the teenage years, this begins to question. Kids begin to question about where they came from and why they left, and you sometimes get the desire to travel back and sort of are displeased that they were even forced to leave their initial culture. I have a friend who was adopted from the Middle East, and his adoptive parents here are white, so it was kind of obvious to him right around middle school and high school that there was something going on, and his parents told him eventually, after he graduated from middle school, that he was in fact adopted. I've had a few conversations with him about this, and I think that from what he was telling me, although he's grateful to his parents for definitely adoptive parents for helping him out, giving him a good supportive family, he has these questions in the back of his mind that he's different, just about how he's different than everyone else here, and he's wondering what it was like back home in his home country. He remembers just a little bit about some of the cities and going out to the countryside sometimes, but he really doesn't know anything about his parents. And you take people from one culture and put them in another, although you can change their religion and give them a different education, I don't think you can ever change their sort of core beliefs from their childhood or um, upbringing, and I would recommend against doing anything like that. But there should be a voice of a bit of choice for the children, I believe. If they wanted to go, in this case, in the book, to um, Virginia or the Western colonies and be, as they called it, domesticating them, then that'd be fine. But I really think that this forcing of cultures upon different ethnic groups is really just a bad idea overall.